Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Informational items, we will just move to receive and file those unless there is any questions. Seeing none, we'll move into resolutions. First up is the strategic plan foundational elements. Is there a motion to put this, Mr. Ricker? Ms. Daly.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So this was deferred from last month's meeting. Happy to just leave it at that, or happy to walk through the materials again, depending on the committee's pleasure.
Mr. Ricker.
I'd just like to, first off, thank you to the team that worked through this, provide the strategic plan that is out here. I met with Scott and talked through that with him, and I was the one last month that asked that we have a reading month and then thinking it through, so it's allowed me to have some time to dig in. And so I think it's a really good position. My ask now is, as we, as the board members of this county, lead by example of implementing, leading with the plan, so the rest of the county employees follow. Because if we don't live it and lead it, shame on us. But again, thank you for those who worked together, the entire board, and then the small working team that did this last piece of it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. I can see everybody's itching to get home here. Next up is amendment number 2 to the Joint Commission on Racial Justice and Equity Charter. Member Salzer, Member Duncan.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So in the fall of 2020, the board and the city council adopted the original charter. You both amended it in the spring of 2021. The amendment before you today has been approved by the Joint Commission when they had their annual meeting a couple weeks ago. As noted in the agenda briefing, there are, just at a high level, the intent here is to improve some operating efficiencies for the Joint Commission and their subcommittees and the steering committee, and also to improve transparency. So there's changes related to the annual report, also membership in terms of the larger Joint Commission, more definition on membership in terms of the steering committee and their responsibilities, more clarification on the duties and responsibilities of the nominating committee of the commission, information that abolishes the subcommittees and recasts them as working groups, and then just another catch-all that has some clarifying language to ensure that the steering committee is subject to Open Meetings Act and FOIA, and that the required annual training from the Attorney General's office is achieved, which they're already doing, but again, we're codifying that to ensure future compliance. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Seeing none, I did attend the annual meeting that they had a couple weeks ago, I do believe, which was very well attended. These changes were presented. I could not stay for the entire time. I know Member Duncan was there, Member Bryant was there, Scott and Mr. Allen and Ms. Graves were there. So county had well attendance at the annual meeting at the Civic Center. So seeing no questions, all those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Next, we move to discussion for the standing committee reports. Would everybody just like to receive and file the reports, or? Member Renaud.
I'd just like to ask if Scott could add the slide deck that he presented at Health to information, or just send out that slide deck
Yeah,
to
we'll,
members.
we'll send both the slide deck from County Health and the slide deck that Heather did from Finance we'll attach those to the weekly update.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Member Salzman.
we got 4 resolutions. The first resolution is, it has to do with the construction work that's going to be done on the bridge out on Duncan Road, which is about 2.5 miles north and west of the Princeville. And this bridge is estimated at being a cost of about $1 million. And so everybody says, where are we going to get the money? Well, we're going to get 80% of it from the federal government, and the other 20% is going to come from our bridge fund. And we're going to fix the slope walls and the deck beams, as well as the guardrails. And so we're pretty well set on that. We'll take the bid in January, and they say it'll be done in 24. The second resolution that we had has to do with the Bell School road project that the state did over 74, and we asked them if they could extend some work on that area for us, and we just got the bill completed. We estimated, when you estimate things, sometimes there's things that do happen, and we thought it was going to cost about $12,000. What we're going to get, it's going to cost us about $15,000. We're going to pay for this through our motor fuel tax. And the third resolution, as you see there, is the one on the lease for the county farm. Basically, it's this: solar is ready to go. So we're going to have to take about 21.5 acres out of operation, and the farm people, the Shane family that we rented to for 3 years, we are going to extend one more year, 24-25, to the Shane family, and then of course, by taking that out of the 21 acres out of operation, we're going to lose a little bit of money. We won't get the revenue from them as much, but we're still going to, well, we'll lose $6,800, but we're still going to come out okay, because under the solar agreement, we're going to make about a little over $23,000. Thus, if you subtract one from the other, we're going to make about a little over $16,000 with the initiation of the solar program and the loss of acreage, farm acreage that's going to be taken out, that the Shane family would be giving us. The fourth one, and we are going to have this in a special meeting right before the regular meeting for next month, but we don't want to be too long, because that's the Christmas party that Sharon is heading up, and thank you, Sharon, because my wife's a terrible cook, and this is not being recorded, is it? Anyway, it has to do with the tamper free or tamper proof out at the juvenile detention center. We found out that there's been some problems out there, so we are going to put these in. Actually, PIPCO's do the work, and PIPCO was the only bidder when we went out, and we will put these in as soon as we get this approved, we hope, and they will then, as we hope, have tamper-proof sprinkler heads, so that water damage and things like that will not happen by these renegades that we've got, out there in our juvenile center. There's going to be one other thing for our special meeting also. Amy is coming forth with her annual request that we approve the bids that she has received on all of her maintenance materials. That shouldn't take too long. I don't know how long the one will be for the tamper-proof sprinkler heads.
Thank you, Chairman Salzer. Any other questions for him? Would any other committee chairs like to report, or we'll just receive and file? I know it's been a long day for everybody, so is there anything, public comment? Miscellaneous?
I'm sorry I kept you here, but I thought when he reported that we were all going to report.
No worries, Coach. No worries. True. All right. Seeing none, meeting adjourned.